Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Jaylee's Corner. I am, of course, Jaylee, and this is my review for Basketball Wives, Season 6, Episode 14. Okay, let me do first things first before I get into that. Hello, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. It does not cost you anything. It just lets you know when I have new content available on my channel, when I have new reviews up, new celebrity gossip, or just something new. So please take a moment to subscribe. You just hit the little subscribe button, and it lets you know about my new content. You can also like the video, you can share my video, and you can also comment at the bottom in the comment section about if you like the video, if you didn't like the video, or if it's just something about the show. The only rule is please be respectful. All disrespectful comments will be deleted and you will be blocked. And as I block you, I will say, but bless you. But yeah, no need for no negativity. Not on this place. So please subscribe. This episode of Basketball Wives, I kind of felt so about. I mean, everybody kind of getting on my nerve a little bit in one way or another. And surprisingly, Tammy got on my nerve this episode. And I'm usually a writer, for Tammy. I like Tammy. I've always liked Tammy. This episode, she kind of, in my opinion, was playing two sides of the situations between Jackie and Evelyn. But first up, we see Shani and Evelyn having, I'm going to always say they're having drinks because I don't see them eat food. So they were having drinks. And, Shani was basically saying, how much fun she had on vacation with her family in Miami. And she remembered how much fun the ladies used to have in Miami. Because if you remember, the original Basketball Wives cast was from Miami. And so she said, because Jen and Tammy because Evelyn and Tammy have, made up. Evelyn and Jen, are on better terms now. Maybe they all can go and hang out in Miami. And, have like a little girls vacay, basically. Even though we know all vacations ended some bullshit. Evelyn goes to say how she has not been back to Miami since her whole domestic violence situation with her ex-husband, Chad Ochocinco Johnson. We all remember, they got married, they were together, he was cheating, and when she confronted him, he, head-butted her, and basically, it was a domestic violence dispute. And they got divorced and everything, and it was, bad. And, so she said how she has not been to Miami since she moved away from Miami after that, over 5 years ago. And now, of course, she's engaged to a baseball player. She has, a young son, and her whole life has changed. So it's that whole conversation of, I haven't been back there because of that bad memory. Women of domestic violence do have trouble going back to a location, a place, anything that reminds them of a domestic violence situation. But only once they're past it. If you're in a domestic violence situation, you're fine where you are. But once you're out of it and you realize how much danger you were in, how serious it was, it's hard to go back to that place. So, kudos to Evelyn for getting out of that situation. And, having a whole different life now. But she was like, I haven't been back there since then. So it'll be, kind of cool to go back and not be in that same headspace. So, they're planning a trip to Miami. Her and Shani are also talking about Jackie's daughter, who was writing a book. And Shani asked Evelyn, would she want to get a copy of the book? And Evelyn, I hope it's a New York bestseller. People keep saying how Evelyn does talk about, bring up, or discuss whatever about Jackie's daughter. Let us not forget the first seasons of Basketball Wives when Jackie was on the show. There has always been issues with Jackie and her daughters. Not just the one daughter who I will say is the dark-skinned daughter. who they always say Jackie had an issue with because she was darker skinned, but also within her lighter skinned daughter, the one who was on this season in the beginning, who had a baby. They both have spoken previously, even on the show, about Jackie being a bad mom, about Jackie antics always being for show, and about Jackie wanting people to think she was this great mother with this great relationship with her children, and that's not true. Both of her children have said that out of their own mouths. So I don't think Evelyn is saying anything that people aren't aware of or that Jackie's own children have not said. Jackie's children also are adults, and I don't feel like Evelyn is saying anything negative about her children. But I still think Evelyn should just leave the whole kid situation alone. Back away, Evelyn. Back away. Only because if you keep even speaking on her daughter and that kind of thing, people are going to say you're stirring the pot. Even though I don't feel like you're doing anything wrong per se, I don't feel like you're talking bad about her children. I'll say that. I don't feel like you said anything negative about her children. I think you have said things about Jackie that are negative as far as her being not the best mom per her children's opinion. Let's make that clear. Anywho, but yeah, Evelyn saying that, she hopes it's the bestseller and maybe she'll get a copy of the book. Yeah. We next see, Malaysia trying to bring Jen and Jackie together. So they're all meeting for drinks. Because Malaysia is under the impression that, Jen and Evelyn had issue. So it'll be a good thing if her and Jackie can meet up. Meaning Malaysia's being a messy bitch and she's trying to get back up for Jackie against Evelyn. She's trying to get whoever don't like Evelyn kind of on their side. Not knowing, haha, joke's on you, bitch. But the gag is, they already made up to some extent. So, when Jackie gets there and Jen is like, why is she walking in a turtleneck and we at the beach and it's like hot outside? I thought that was funny. Because yes, a crazy person would walk in a turtleneck when it's hot outside. So Jen is like, Jackie is already cuckoo. Because that is some bad shit ass crazy stuff to do. So when they're talking, Jackie brings up, me and Tammy have made up, blah, 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 blah. But me and Evelyn, have issues. And Jen's like, oh my God, okay, you starting with it already. And she's laughing. And then when Jackie asks Jen, well, how are you and Evelyn doing? And I'm guessing Jackie in Malaysia was expecting Jen to be like, well, I ain't talked to her. She's still mean to me. She still ignore, going to the whole thing of what they went through 5 years ago. And Jen just says, well, yeah, I talked to her recently. She apologized for what she did and how she treated me. And we're okay now. We're working towards, getting a friendship or whatnot. And Malaysia and Jackie both look like oh so confused. See, that's what happened when you try to mix and mingle people who don't like each other together and come to find out one person don't dislike the person. And I say that because Malaysia specifically said Jen and Evelyn have their issues too. So I think it would be good for her and Jackie to meet. To me, that's layman terms for 1 + 1 = 2. So we need to add 3, 4, and 5 to get 6. And you trying to just have a whole bunch of bullshit. Everyone's trying to assemble a damn team like they did the fucking Avengers. And it's the craziest thing to where y'all all are on level playing field in some sort of way. Y'all all are on the same show, but y'all all are trying to just make like it's the OGs versus the non-OGs. Miami versus the LA. What does it matter at this particular point? But once Jackie realizes that Jen and Evelyn don't have beef, she's disappointed. She's like, well, damn. So she then tries to bring up the issues that she has with Evelyn. And she kept saying, well, Evelyn keeps coming for my kids. I think she keep reaching out to my child. I think that she wants to do something sexual with my child. And Jen was like, skirt, in her confessional. Skirt. What? That is something crazy to say about someone, to say that this person who keeps having conversations with my adult daughter must want to be with her sexually. Jackie is batshit crazy, and it's the things that she say that make her batshit crazy. You would have been better off saying, I know Evelyn is using my children to get to me. Now, if you said that, I would say it's a possibility because she is still having some kind of conversation with your children. But she ain't bit more trying to fuck your daughter than anybody else. Come on now, Jackie, don't be crazy. That part was just dumb. And Jim was like, this is crazy. I can't believe she said that. So, it's like whatever. We see a serious scene of Tammy talking to Reggie. Now, this is how I feel about Tammy and Reggie's situation. When Reggie started dating Tammy and when Tammy started dating Reggie, they both knew how old the other ones were. Tammy knew Reggie didn't have no kids. Reggie knew Tammy had older children. Why didn't y'all have this conversation early on? Like the fact that they're still having this conversation about children when, Tammy is almost 50. Reggie's in his 30s. And it's not, both of y'all are being unfair to the other one. Y'all need to either decide to get a surrogate, use Reggie's sperm, try to get some of Tammy's eggs and do it that way. But we know Tammy can't carry a baby because she keep having miscarriages. So it's not fair for Reggie to want to have children. Also, it's not fair of Tammy to not want to give Reggie a child in some sort of way if she wants to stay with him. It's not, y'all both being unfair to the other one solely because y'all knew the age difference when y'all got into this. So now that y'all been together for a couple of years, and Tammy, you see that he wants children. Reggie, you see that she can't have children. It's no longer even, the conversation shouldn't even be, hey hey Tammy, let's get you to get some IVF. Let's get it to where you can carry a baby. She can't. Her body can't physically do it. If y'all want to be together, and Tammy, if you want to give him a kid, but you can't carry it, the only next step is either adoption, IVF, not IVF, get a surrogate and that kind of thing. So with Tammy, having a conversation and saying to him, where I am in my life, and me not physically being able to carry a baby because, again, she keep having miscarriages, and she's saying, I don't think I want to have a child right now. I don't want to be the old parent, picking the kid up from school. She then suggests Reggie to freeze his sperm, and when she gone, I don't know if she meant it when she was dead or when she left him. I don't know what part she meant, but when she gone. But basically, when she gone in 20 or 30 years, for him to take the sperm that he froze and then have a child. Tammy, you know that one for to ask that man to not have children until he as old as you is now. And Reggie said, oh, so I could be the old dude picking my kids up, at school. And she's like, well, I'm be the old mama picking the kids up. But y'all knew that going into being together. I get it probably started off as a, he your little young tender and he blowing your back out and y'all just kicking it. But y'all are not in a serious relationship. So if he seriously want kids, and Tammy, if you seriously don't, y'all need to break up. Somebody gonna either have to compromise and say, okay, yes, we gonna get a surrogate, or y'all need to part ways. As much as y'all love each other, y'all are both doing a disservice to each other. I think it's crazy. But of course, they just stuck a pin in it to come back at this conversation at a later date. But Tammy uterus ain't getting no younger, and Reggie is getting older. Y'all need to just make a decision. Because Tammy, if you really do not want children, and Reggie, if he really do want children, y'all need to break the fuck up and let Reggie go fuck some young people and get somebody else pregnant. That's just the truth of the matter. It sounds harsh, but that's the truth of the matter. But I hope that she maybe agrees for a surrogate. I think the reason that she doesn't want to have a baby is because she's already suffered so many miscarriages. So emotionally for her, she probably not ready, and she is entitled to feel that way. But I hope they can work it out in some kind of way. We see Evelyn buys a stun gun because Jackie's crazy. Okay, fine. Jennifer goes with her while she's at this place getting a stun gun, because she's, I have a crazy person and I need some kind of protection. And it's like, I can't fight her physically because of course contracts. But she could stun gun a bitch, you know what I'm saying? And so she got a little pink cheap stun gun. I think it was hilarious. But Jen lets her know what Jackie said at the dinner, as far as her feeling like Evelyn wants to fuck her daughter. And of course, Evelyn was shocked. Jen was like, I was shocked too, because that is a crazy comment to make. So they had that whole little scene. The next thing is the ladies are at this women's empowerment event that Shawnee's having. Tammy was on the panel. Evelyn was on the panel. Mariah Carey's manager was on the panel, and another person was, but I can't remember her name. But this within the luncheon, Tammy's fake niece was there, sitting with Jackie. Jackie, of course, was there. Evelyn, Tammy, Jen. First of all, Jackie walked in as like the Grim Reaper. She came in all black. Black hat, black clothes, black shades. To me, she didn't look like she was coming to empower women. She looked like she was dressed for one or two things. She was either dressed to go to a funeral, or she was being a goddamn cat burglar. One of the two. I'm not sure which one. I feel like when you go to certain events, you have to dress bright, for lack of a better term that I can think of right now, because it's 12:30 at night. But you want to dress, you want it to be like a open type feeling, like a fucking picnic with flowers and rainbows and leprechaun gold and shit like that. Jackie came dressed as the damn apocalypse. I was just like, what? And everyone kept saying, yeah, she was dressed kind of crazy. We see that her and Evelyn are at different tables. Evelyn, Jen, and Tammy was at one table. Jackie and Tammy's fake niece Hazel was at the other table. It seemed more like Jackie was more frustrated with Evelyn's presence than Evelyn was frustrated with hers. They both were clearly not completely cool with being in each other's presence. But Jackie said that Evelyn was like a poisonous snake, and she could at any moment, just attack her and bite her, and her poison was a whole... It was just crazy. I'm a firm believer, and if someone is at an event and I don't like that someone, if there's 100 other people there, why are you focused on the one person you don't like? As an adult woman at a women's empowerment situation, I don't understand that. I just don't. I don't. My thing is, I won't even be focusing on you. Yes, I'll see you, and I'll, make a note to myself that the bitch is over there, and I ain't trying to fuck with her like that, and I don't like her like that, but I will leave it at that. But I feel like Tammy was kind of playing both sides. Tammy, did go over to Jackie's table, and she's talking to Jackie, and in her confessional, Tammy said that she feels like Evelyn hasn't changed, and that she's just saying that she's changed, but she's still doing the same shit. I don't think that's true. Evelyn was way worse when she, before she was on Ivana Fix My Life. She was way worse. I don't think Evelyn has ever said that she's a completely different person. I think Evelyn has said, she's less of a live wire. She's less of a person who snaps. And I believe that. And I used to think that Evelyn was the worst person before. I was not an Evelyn fan during the last couple seasons of Basketball Wives when she was on it before. And I can see that she's different. I can see that, she's not saying that she's perfect. She's not saying that she ain't gonna stir the pot. She's also not saying that she won't check a bitch who pisses her off. What she says is she's different to where she doesn't react the same way. She's not as violent. That everybody know the old Evelyn would have been knocked Jackie's head off, threw some bottles, ran across the table, and all that mess. Simply for Jackie calling her a bitch. The only thing that Evelyn reacted to was Jackie saying her daughter was a build-a-whore. That is the reason she does not like Jackie. And I think for Tammy to make it seem as if Evelyn is exactly the same, I think Tammy's kind of a hypocrite, because she's also changed a little bit, But if you push Tammy, she will react the exact same way. And Tammy, let's not forget, in the beginning of this season, you popped off on Jackie. Let's not forget, you did not like Jackie. You didn't want to have shit to do with Jackie. And you didn't invite Jackie to your book party because you said that she was a troublemaker. So why are you trying to make it seem as if Jackie is this victim who people keep acting like, oh my God, Jackie is the problem? Jackie is batshit crazy Monday through Saturday. I'll give her Sunday because it's the Lord's Day. She's crazy all the time. Everyone says so. I don't get when everyone in the moment says how crazy Jackie is. But when Jackie's on level ground, it's like, Jackie's not that bad. Why everybody messing with Jackie? But bitch, you was just cussing her out a couple episodes ago. So I don't get the correlation between Jackie not being batshit crazy when Jackie is batshit crazy. For me, that was crazy. And even with her saying to Evelyn, when Evelyn and Jen told Tammy, well, Jackie said that I want to fuck her daughter. And then Tammy said, well, Jackie says crazy stuff that you just have to ignore. But you didn't want to ignore the crazy stuff that Jackie was saying about you, and you was mad at her, and you didn't want to be a friend. You can't be a hypocrite, Tammy. You can't want to not like Jackie when it's you in that situation. But when it's someone else in that situation, you want them to turn the other cheek. That's not how this works, Mama. It's not how it works at all. Jackie and Evelyn can eventually mend whatever. Jackie need to say sorry about calling that woman's daughter a builder whore. Point blank, period. No one should make Jackie feel like she's in the right, Evelyn's in the wrong, and that Evelyn need to apologize. That ain't how it's gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. And I just feel like for some reason in that scene, Tammy was playing both sides within her confessional, talking within her talking in the scene, and her kind of making it seem like, oh, Evelyn, Jackie don't want to be beefed out with you, but in every scene she's saying if she say something else, I'm gonna fuck her up. I can't do the bullshit, and I do feel like when Evelyn see what Tammy was saying, she gonna feel some kind of way, and it's gonna be something between them two. Probably at the reunion. Who knows? They have the whole. Shani comes over because she sees like that that Jackie's like emotionally talking to Tammy, and she's like, don't worry about it, calm down, don't make this day about anybody but you. Meaning, why is you worried about Evelyn? Worry about yourself. Jackie then pulls out her 5 books and say how she should have been on the panel. Jackie crazy. We do see the ladies on the panel. Tammy answered the question asked by Evelyn. No, Evelyn answered this question asked by Shani. Apologies. How she handles negative comments. For the most part, she answered the same way anybody else would. How she's a little bit different now. She's not quick to react. She has thicker skin, and that she doesn't respond how she used to. I just ignore it. She did add, unless you come from my children. When you talk about my children, it's a whole different scenario. Simple to the point. She didn't bring up Jackie, but she just made it clear. I get negative things said about me all the time, which was true. I don't react until you speak about my children, which is true. That's how any mother is. They then asked Tammy a question, asking why don't women compliment other women who are in the same industry or who want to get to the same point as another woman in that position. Tammy said something about, Tammy was talking and I was listening, but then when she got to praising Jackie, I want to shout out Jackie Christie, who's sitting over there. And she is the most supportive woman ever. If you want to do a song, she said she got a record label. If you want to make clothes, she got a clothes, like all this stuff, and she was just boasting Jackie up. For me, it was confusing because you didn't want Jackie to support you at your book signing. Tammy, you didn't want that. And for me, I'm like, why all of a sudden is Tammy team Jackie? I just did not get it. I don't know if she did that to make Jackie feel better about herself, with herself not being at the panel. And I'm not saying that Jackie isn't supportive, because Jackie can be supportive, but Jackie will also come to your event to support you and act a plum d damn fool when she at your event. So yeah, she come to support you, but she might also start a fight. Yeah, she'll come to support you, but she might also say, fuck you, bitch. You're a non-factor. Like, she could do stuff like that. Jackie's known for being batshit crazy. So for me, I was just confused about that. And Evelyn was too. Like, I can't believe Tammy was up there praising Jackie. So for me, that was weird. Um, Nothing else much in my head happened that I want to talk about. We do see Jackie and Malaysia who are at lunch, and Jackie tells Malaysia about the trip to Miami, and Malaysia's like, I don't know if I'm going to go, whatever. I did laugh because Jackie's stupid ass said she took Malaysia to an Ethiopian food spot. Because I'm looking because I have to read what she said. Because I kept like, what? She said Ethiopian food sounds like an African Zimbabwe tribe in the forest, and everyone is naked, and titties is out, and dicks is out. First of all, what the fuck is Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe? And Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, none of that shit is in the forest. None of it, Jackie. Jackie, you're an idiot. So yeah, they all go to Tammy's fake niece's show. Um, what's her name? Hazel, who's, I guess she's a singer or rapper or something. All the ladies are there. We do see Malaysia's there. Her awkwardness with Tammy. I think I heard Shani say hello to Malaysia as she walked past. I don't think Malaysia spoke back because everyone looked like it was crazy. Um, Shani did have, try to pull Malaysia aside, and she personally invited Malaysia to Miami. She also said in her confessional, I'm inviting Malaysia because Jackie needs someone to be around because she's at odds with other people, and her and Malaysia are cool, so they can hang out together. Malaysia, on the other hand, in her confession, like, I don't know why she would want to invite me. If I have no substance about you, want to hang out with me. Well, gags on you, bitch, because she don't want to hang out with you. She wants you to hang out with Jackie. But to me, that's smart. If you're going to have all the girls there, you might need someone there to hang out with someone if everyone not feeling her. I think that's like an olive branch. And I don't think Shani has an issue with Malaysia as in, I want to be around you sometime and sometime I don't. Her thing is, I just think you have no substance. And you're aggravating. And when Malaysia keeps saying how she doesn't know what issues the lady had with her, bitch, Brandy. Like, simple and plain. Brandy. They didn't like Brandy. You leaving Brandy out. Brandy ain't been on the show. And they're at least around you a little bit. So, it was Brandy. What else? Hazel had a performance. I didn't like her performance. She was lip syncing incorrectly. I could tell that she was lip syncing. It looked like she was not lip syncing correctly. Like she was singing in one part and it was her mouth was another way. I don't know if that was because of editing, if they was cutting and pasting at the wrong point in times. I didn't like her show, and I wouldn't I wouldn't pay to see her. Jackie was saying, "Oh yeah, we had such a good time here at the showcase." Because Evelyn went here. When Evelyn isn't around, it's such a great time. Well, guess what, Jackie? They say the same shit when you ain't around. Everyone has a good time when one of y'all are not around because y'all two aren't sparring. Whenever you have two people who have conflict, when everyone's together, it's conflict. If you remove one of those people, it's going to be pleasant. If you wasn't there and Evelyn was there, they would have had a good time. So it's not as if she is the bad person or that you're the bad person. Y'all don't get along. Simple, point blank. We do see that they go to Miami, and Shani's she was talking to, I think, Jen and Tammy, and Shani was saying how they can probably have a girls like an OG type of dinner. And when Tammy say, well, Malaysia is kind of like an OG, and so is Jackie, and Shani was like, where? Who? They not OGs. Yes, they were the original on their seasons, but OG means when this show first started, who was on the show. That is what the OG is. It doesn't mean if we had another spinoff, who was on that first season. No, who were the OGs from the beginning. And that was you, Shani, Evelyn, and Jen. Y'all are the OGs. So she meant y'all. And again, I don't know why Tammy is on this Team Jackie trip, and she's just, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know if she's trying to have more beef with Evelyn. I don't know what's going on there, but it's very fucking confusing. You know, Jackie is in the car with Hazel, Tammy's fake niece, and she keeps bringing up how Evelyn is trying to get at her daughter. And Hazel was like, Jackie, no. I like that Hazel wasn't letting Jackie just talk out her ass, and she was just like letting her talk how other people do. She was kind of, because they were in an enclosed setting and it wasn't going to be a scene, she was saying, Jackie, that's not true. That lady ain't after your daughter. She not, because she called her Evelyn a pervert, and she's like, she's not a pervert, she's not a perv. And then when Jackie kept trying to talk, she was like, girl, whatever, I'm gonna have me a pina colada. She like, I ain't paying Jackie no mind because Jackie just talking bullshit. So I did like that. Lastly, we see that they bring on the Baller Wives. Baller Wives is going to be a new show also on VH1. It's with Mike Vick and his wife. So Mike Vick's wife is on the show. Was on the show tonight. Not Malaysia. I think Hazel invited her, and Mike's Vic wife invited the ladies to be on the boat. So I'm guessing this is going to be their way of introducing the Baller Wives cast, because that's going to be the new show coming up. I think it comes on either in August or September of this year, and that's kind of how the episode ended with Jackie, Malaysia, and Hazel E talking with Michael Vick's wife and another girl who's going to be on Baller Wives. It's about football players, not basketball players, and just them all going on a boat and what could happen, what can go wrong. So I mean, I don't know how this review got this long, but that's what happened on this episode. I would like to see next week's episode. That looks very entertaining. It looks like it's going to be some bullshit on the boats, and I want to see it. You know, boats and hoes. Step Brothers just popped in my head. But it is currently 12:42. Jay Lee is a little bit tired, but thank you for tuning in. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Like my video, throw in any comments, but please be respectful. Until next time, people, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace. I'm tired.